I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and this is a breaking news alert. It is now being reported that prior to Elon Musk tweeting out a quote-unquote Ukraine-Russia peace deal, which was actually not a peace deal, but a way to give Vladimir Putin everything that Putin wanted, to cede Ukrainian territory, to reward the unlawful invasion by Vladimir Putin before Elon Musk sent out that ridiculous, absurd, and incredibly dangerous tweet. Elon Musk may have been in communication with Vladimir Putin. This alarming news is coming from the president of the Eurasia Group, a very powerful think tank. An individual by the name of Ian Bremner wrote in an email to subscribers of Eurasia Group that Elon Musk had spoken with Putin, that they had talked about this deal prior to Elon Musk tweeting it out there, and that this was part of what appears to be unlawful foreign diplomacy, if indeed what Ian Bremner is saying is true, and not diplomacy at all, selling out the interests of the United States of America and doing the bidding for Russia. A number of other things were purportedly relayed in this conversation. More of Vladimir Putin's threats of utilizing nuclear weapons and other things that Vladimir Putin has tried to say to extort the entire world to give in to his demands of unlawful conquest of Ukraine, as Vladimir Putin continues humiliating defeat after humiliating defeat with this unlawful campaign in Ukraine, and as Ukraine makes remarkable advances, pushing a retreating Russian military, a cowardly Russian military back. Many have pointed to the Logan Act and whether Elon Musk, to the extent this took place, and I want to mention this, Elon Musk claims that he only had one conversation with Vladimir Putin, and it was about outer space. It was not about, this diplomacy. We do know that Elon Musk, like Donald Trump, like Kanye West, I guess the people who were on that House Judiciary tweet of the types of people who they admire is what the House Judiciary said. We know these people lie over and over again. They believe lying is the only words that could come out of their mouth, and lies are the only words that come out of their mouth. But many are pointing to the Logan Act as a potential criminal violation, if indeed Elon Musk said these things or had these conversations with Vladimir Putin. The Logan Act, codified in 18 U.S. Code, Section 953, makes it illegal for United States citizens to engage in unauthorized foreign diplomacy, including to, quote, influence the measures or conduct of any foreign government, or to, quote, defeat the measures of the United States. I want to pull up Fred Wellman, a military veteran, close friend of the MeidasTouch Network, wrote, "Shocking that a U.S. federal government contractor with a security clearance is directly working with Putin. Nope, not Snowden, Elon." Very disturbing news, and when you tie this potential event with the fact that the Starlink system, which was providing internet access and provides internet access to Ukrainians and ostensibly the Ukrainian military, was out and had reported outages last week, and it's been reported that it continues to be a bit spotty, and particularly that the Starlink has not been deployed above Crimea and other areas. You wonder if Elon Musk, who's taken substantial funding from the United States government, let's call it what it is, because this is what they want to say. He's begged for these billionaire handouts repeatedly from the United States government to launch these initiatives. And we should say that these initiatives, whether it's Starlink or Tesla or his other businesses, are impressive business feats. But is he utilizing these instrumentalities against the interests and national security of the United States, against our allies abroad? against Ukraine and in furtherance of Vladimir Putin. One of the statements that top political consultant Adam Parkhamenko wrote on Twitter is, how do you become the richest person in the world, purportedly, and you still want to kiss ass to a loser dictator? Parkhamenko said words to those effects. It is important to note that Elon Musk is denying the claims he didn't have this conversation, although Ian Bremmer's reporting and anecdotes, at least recently as it relates to Ukraine, have been accurate, and I see no reason why there would be to lie there. It would also call into question, to the extent he's serving as a foreign agent, Vladimir Putin's foreign agent, Elon Musk is, that would also create numerous other problems regarding his security clearance, regarding his potential acquisition of Twitter, what the implications are there. If he could even line up the right funding for this acquisition of Twitter. We've heard that a number of the financiers have been pulling out, but we'll follow up with that on another update. Here was just a weird one, which, I'll point out because when I agree with Mike Pompeo, something's going on. And Mike Pompeo put in a tweet, "You know how we can convince Vladimir Putin to withdraw from Ukraine? Give the Ukrainians the weapons they need to win." And when I read that statement from Pompeo, I think, okay, he's going to be positioning himself to run against Trump and to call out Trump. And Pompeo has his own issues to deal with now based on all the conduct he engaged in. Improper conduct that he engaged in connection with the Trump administration. I also think, as we have new January 6th committee hearings coming up, October 13th will be the first new set of January 6th committee hearings. We know that the focus on those hearings will also be a lot about the invocation amongst Trump's cabinet of the 25th Amendment, believing Donald Trump to be so incompetent he cannot serve in office as commander-in-chief following the January 6th insurrection. Does Pompeo know that that is coming out on October 13th? And he's aware, obviously, about those communications. And is he positioning himself now to be a counter voice to Trump? And one of the things to point out as well is, what I just call it a prediction. Undoubtedly, Donald Trump will be coming out with some statement soon, I'm sure, mocking Pompeo, and we will keep you updated there as well. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button right now. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers. Thanks to you. Hit the subscribe button right now. In addition, if you want to help grow this independent media network, we are not funded by any outside investors at all. We're fueled by democracy and powered by you. Head over to patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. There are different membership tiers there for exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, and you can become a producer of the MeidasTouch podcast, an honorary producer, and more. Patreon.com/MeidasTouch. I'm Ben Meiselas. Until next time.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy, and look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs, "It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser," at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.